Our planet is a blue planet, its surface dominated by the endless rolling expanse of the ocean, a realm that covers more than two-thirds of the globe and cradles the greatest diversity of life on Earth. Here, beneath the ever-shifting surface, the ocean's grand theatre of life unfolds in scenes of breathtaking beauty and relentless drama, where every moment is shaped by the interplay of light, water, and living beings. Descend below the waves, and you enter a world of astonishing contrasts, a place where vibrant coral gardens burst with colour and movement, while just beyond the open blue teems with silent giants and swift predators, each locked in a perpetual dance of survival. This is a living stage, vast beyond imagination, where every creature, from the tiniest plankton drifting in sunlit shallows to the colossal whales gliding through the deep, plays a vital role in the unfolding story of life. Sunbeams pierce the surface, scattering golden light across coral reefs that pulse with activity. Schools of fish swirl in synchrony, their scales flashing like jewels, while anemones sway gently, sheltering shy crustaceans and darting gobies. Far below, in the abyssal darkness where sunlight never reaches, life glimmers with its own mysterious light. Here, bioluminescent creatures drift and pulse, painting the blackness with eerie blues and greens, each flicker a signal in the silent deep. The ocean is a world in constant motion. Currents swirl, tides rise and fall, and every creature is swept along in a ceaseless ballet of pursuit and evasion. Hunters glide with lethal grace, while prey scatter in dazzling displays of agility, their fates entwined in a web of ancient rivalries and fleeting alliances. The diversity here is staggering. From the delicate, translucent forms of jellyfish drifting like living ghosts to the armored bodies of crabs scuttling across the seafloor, every niche is filled with creatures uniquely adapted to their surroundings. Some are marvels of evolution, creatures with bodies shaped by millions of years of adaptation. There are fish that blend seamlessly with coral, octopuses that vanish in a cloud of ink, and deep sea dwellers with jaws that unhinge to swallow prey whole. Imagine the flying fish, launching itself from the water in a glittering arc, its fins transformed into wings to escape swift predators below. Or the ingenious octopus, gliding across the reef and even venturing onto land, its arms probing every crevice in search of food or shelter, and the mighty whale, whose cavernous mouth engulfs entire shoals of fish in a single thunderous gulp, reshaping the fate of countless smaller lives in an instant. Each inhabitant is armed with a unique arsenal, camouflage, speed, venom, or cunning, refined by the relentless pressures of their ever-changing world. The ocean is not a single world, but a tapestry of countless realms. In the warm, shallow lagoons, coral reefs blaze with colour, alive with the constant chatter of fish and the gentle sway of sea fans. Venture deeper, and the world transforms. Light fades, temperatures plummet, and the midnight zone emerges, a place of perpetual night where strange, otherworldly beings drift in silence. Yet, in every corner of this vast domain, life persists. From volcanic vents that boil with mineral-rich water to icy polar seas, creatures have found ways to thrive, adapting to extremes that would seem impossible elsewhere. The ocean's story is one of constant change. Currents shift, seasons turn, and entire communities must adapt or perish. Coral reefs bloom and fade, kelp forests sway with the tides, and plankton blooms paint the water in swirling clouds of life. The daily cycle of light and darkness sets the rhythm. By day, predators hunt in the open, while at night a hidden world awakens as bioluminescent creatures rise from the depths in a shimmering migration. For many, every moment is a race for survival, a frantic search for food, a desperate dash to avoid becoming prey. The chase is relentless, the stakes absolute. This eternal contest has shaped some of the most sophisticated strategies in the natural world: coordinated hunts, elaborate ambushes, and dazzling displays of deception. It has forged hunters of unmatched skill, sharks that sense the faintest heartbeat, orcas that strategize in silence, and barracuda that strike with lightning speed. And it has honed the defenses of prey, fish that vanish against the coral, squid that explode in clouds of ink, and crustaceans that burrow deep into the sand. Every interaction is a thread in the ocean's intricate web. Symbiotic partnerships flourish. Tiny shrimp clean the gills of larger fish, while anemones shelter clownfish in their stinging embrace. The fate of each species is bound to the fortunes of countless others, creating a network of life as complex as it is fragile. Within this world, intelligence and cooperation shine. Dolphins communicate with clicks and whistles, coordinating their movements to corral fish, while whales sing haunting songs that echo for miles through the deep. Watch as dolphins work in perfect harmony, weaving intricate nets of bubbles to trap their prey, each individual playing its part in a seamless ballet of teamwork. Marvel at the cuttlefish, its skin rippling with hypnotic waves of color, luring unsuspecting prey closer with a display as beautiful as it is deadly. Even the smallest creatures play vital roles. Cleaner fish set up stations on the reef, offering their services to passing giants, picking parasites from their scales, in a delicate dance of trust and mutual benefit. These are not random acts, but the result of generations of learning and adaptation. Behaviors are passed down, refined, and sometimes invented anew as each generation faces the challenges of its world. Peer closer, and the complexity of this world becomes ever more apparent. Coral reefs are bustling metropolises, each crevice alive with drama, predators lurking, prey hiding, and countless lives intersecting in a tapestry of survival. The ocean's depths hold secrets beyond imagination, hidden landscapes sculpted by ancient forces, and creatures so strange they seem born of dreams. This is a world that commands awe and wonder, a world whose mysteries are as deep as the sea itself, waiting to be revealed to those who dare to imagine. In the vast blue expanse, the ocean's pulse quickens when the great hunt begins. Here, the ancient dance between predator and prey unfolds in a spectacle of instinct, strategy, and survival. These hunts are not mere acts of chance, but carefully orchestrated events. Multiple predators, each with their own strengths and tactics, converge in a breathtaking display of coordination and competition, their fates intertwined by the rhythm of the sea. Picture a shimmering shoal of sardines moving as one, their silvery bodies flashing in the filtered sunlight. This living cloud pulses and shifts, a single entity made up of thousands, each fish relying on the group for protection. Safety in numbers is their shield, a swirling fortress against the dangers that lurk in the deep. Every twist and turn is a calculated move, a collective effort to confuse and evade the ever-watchful eyes of predators. But the ocean is a place of constant tension, and the sardines' unity is about to be shattered. From the shadowy depth, sea lions surge upward, agile and relentless. With practiced precision, they herd the sardines, driving them toward the surface and compressing them into a tight, spinning bait ball, a desperate last stand for the prey. The sardines' escape to the safety of the deep is cut off. Now, trapped in the sunlit shallows, they are exposed, their silvery forms glinting like a beacon to all who hunt. The stage is set, and the hunt intensifies. The ocean's symphony swells as new players arrive. Drawn by the chaos, a host of predators gathers. Each species brings its own unique hunting style, adding new layers to the unfolding drama. Sleek tuna, built for speed and power, dart through the bait ball with astonishing agility. Their streamlined bodies slice the water, scattering sardines in every direction as they strike with unerring accuracy. Above, the sky erupts with movement, gannets and sheer waters, eyes sharp and wings poised, plummet from the air. They pierce the surface like living spears, plunging deep to snatch fleeing fish in their beaks. The water churns with life and death, a maelstrom of flashing fins and beating wings. Every moment is a contest of speed, timing, and instinct. The scent of the hunt travels far, carried by invisible currents. Soon, the ocean's most formidable hunters arrive. Blacktip and copper sharks circle the periphery, their presence sending ripples of fear through the bait ball. With powerful bursts, they lunge into the fray, their jaws snapping shut on unlucky prey. Despite the competition, a strange order emerges. Predators take turns, each species exploiting the chaos in its own way, maximizing their chances while minimizing wasted effort. This incidental cooperation is a marvel of the marine world. Across the globe, different predators have learned to synchronize their attacks, creating opportunities that none could achieve alone. In the frigid northern seas, killer whales, masters of strategy, target herring with remarkable intelligence. Using a language of clicks and calls, orcas coordinate as a family, herding herring into tight balls. Their unity is their strength, each member playing a role in the hunt. With a thunderous slap of their tails, they stun the fish, picking them off with ease. The prey, once protected by numbers, now falls victim to the predator's teamwork. Yet even the most skilled hunters must share the spoils. The commotion attracts giants. The humpback whale, immense and powerful, glides into the scene. With a single cavernous gulp, it engulfs a swath of fish, capitalizing on the efforts of those who came before. These grand hunts reveal a delicate balance. Each predator, driven by hunger, unwittingly contributes to a larger harmony, a fleeting alliance forged by necessity. The combined actions of these hunters create a cascade of opportunity, each success building upon the last, ensuring that the bounty of the sea is shared among many. Sea lions herd, tuna contain, birds strike from above, and sharks patrol the edges. Each plays a part in the unfolding drama, their roles shifting with the tides and the needs of the moment. This is the ocean's symphony, a ballet of predation where competition and cooperation blend in a breathtaking, brutal harmony. For the sardines, it is a catastrophe, yet for the ocean, it is the heartbeat of life, a vital transfer of energy, nourishing countless creatures and maintaining the delicate balance that sustains the world beneath the waves. Beyond the grand spectacle of cooperative hunts, the ocean is a stage for countless solo performers, ingenious hunters whose survival depends on their own wits and remarkable adaptations. The open water teems with individual predators, each one a master of its own unique hunting craft. Some have evolved specialized techniques so extraordinary they seem almost otherworldly. In a remote atoll in the Indian Ocean, a fish has learned to hunt not just in water, but in the air above it. The giant trevally, a formidable predator weighing up to 80 kilograms, gathers in the shallow, sunlit lagoon, its silver body glinting as it patrols the water's edge. Their quarry is not the usual shoal of fish, but fledgling terns, young seabirds making their first uncertain flights above the lagoon. The trevally's eyes track the bird's every movement, calculating with astonishing precision the trajectory, speed, and altitude of their airborne prey. With a sudden burst of power, the trevally launches itself from the water, breaking the surface in a spray of foam, and snatches the unsuspecting bird from the sky, a breathtaking display of timing and strength. Here, the hunter becomes the master of two worlds, turning the tables on the natural order as a fish preys upon a bird in flight. In the muddy coastal shallows of Australia, another remarkable predator reveals its ingenuity, the bottlenose dolphin. Working in tight-knit pods, these dolphins herd schools of fish toward the shore, using coordinated movements and bursts of speed to corral their prey. Then, in perfect synchrony, they generate a powerful bow wave, driving the panicked fish up onto the mudbank. The dolphins themselves surge onto the bank, always on their right side, snapping up the stranded fish before wriggling back into the water, a daring tactic that demands both courage and precision. Over years of practice, The right-side teeth of these dolphins become worn down, a living record of their specialized hunting tradition. Across the seas, adaptability is the key to survival. Many marine hunters have evolved new tactics in response to shifting environments, often shaped by natural forces. In the Gulf of Thailand, Eden's whales face a unique challenge. Low oxygen levels in deeper water have forced fish to gather near the surface. Rather than chase their prey, these whales have developed a patient, energy-saving strategy. They rise slowly to the surface, open their vast mouths, and simply wait, turning themselves into living traps. Panicked fish, desperate to escape the crowded shallows, leap from the water, only to land directly inside the whale's gaping jaws. This remarkable adaptation is a testament to the whale's ability to turn environmental challenges into opportunities for survival. Among the most inventive hunters of all is the octopus, a creature whose intelligence and adaptability are legendary. In the tidal flats of northern Australia, one species has mastered the art of amphibious hunting. As the tide recedes, the octopus hauls itself from its pool, crawling across the exposed reef in search of crabs trapped in isolated puddles. Using its 8 flexible, sucker-lined arms, it traverses the rocky landscape, moving with surprising speed and agility, an aquatic animal, now a land explorer. This amphibious journey is a showcase of the octopus's problem-solving prowess and physical versatility, allowing it to exploit food sources inaccessible to other predators. In the ever-changing world beneath the waves, these ingenious hunters and their remarkable tricks are a testament to the boundless creativity of life in the ocean. Beneath the shimmering surface of the ocean, a silent battle unfolds every moment, a relentless contest of wits and survival. Here, the ability to deceive, to vanish, or to become something else entirely is often the difference between life and death. In this underwater world, the true masters are not always the fastest or the strongest, but those who can outsmart their foes with the art of disguise. Camouflage and deception are skills honed to perfection by countless marine creatures, but none wield these powers quite like the enigmatic cuttlefish. This remarkable relative of the octopus and squid possesses a living canvas, its skin embedded with millions of chromatophores, tiny sacs brimming with pigment. With a mere thought, the cuttlefish orchestrates a symphony of color and texture, shifting from the pale grains of sand to the mottled browns of rock or the waving greens of seaweed. Its transformation is so complete it can vanish before the eyes of both predator and prey. In the blink of an eye, it becomes a ghost, an invisible phantom gliding through the shadows, unseen and undetected. But the cuttlefish's talents extend far beyond mere concealment. Its skin is a living billboard, capable of sending signals, warnings, and even hypnotic displays. In the dazzling waters of the Coral Triangle, the cuttlefish becomes a performer, using its shifting colors as a weapon in the hunt. When it spies a crab scuttling across the reef, the cuttlefish begins its mesmerizing dance, a display as beautiful as it is deadly. Waves of color ripple across its body, undulating in hypnotic patterns that shimmer and pulse with light. The crab, entranced by the psychedelic spectacle, slows, its senses overwhelmed by the dazzling show. As the crab hesitates, the cuttlefish glides closer, then, like a bolt of lightning, launches its feeding tentacles, snatching its prey in a split second. This is psychological warfare at its finest. A predator using illusion and confusion to secure its next meal. Deception is not limited to the hunt. In the intricate social lives of marine animals, trickery often plays a starring role, especially during the high-stakes drama of mating. In the chilly waters off Australia, giant cuttlefish gather in great numbers. Here, massive males, known as Goliaths, stand guard over their chosen mates, fending off any would-be challengers. For smaller males, the odds seem impossible. Outmatched in size and strength, they must rely on their wits. These clever contenders approach with caution, their every move calculated and precise. As they draw near, they begin a remarkable transformation. flattening their bodies, shifting their colors, and tucking away their arms. In moments, the small male becomes a perfect mimic of a female, fooling the watchful Goliath into letting him pass. With the guard distracted, the disguised male slips by, seizing his chance to mate, an act of cunning that ensures his genes will live on. The ocean is filled with such stories, tales of creatures who have mastered the art of disguise and deception. The decorator crab, for example, is a living work of art. It carefully selects bits of sponge, seaweed, and even stinging anemones, attaching them to its shell to create a moving garden that hides it from hungry eyes. Each piece is chosen with care, transforming the crab into a patch of the seafloor, invisible to both predator and prey. Some octopuses take mimicry to astonishing heights. The mimic octopus can not only change its color, but also its shape and movement, imitating venomous sea snakes, lionfish, or flatfish to deter would-be attackers. All across the ocean, creatures have evolved extraordinary strategies to avoid detection, blending in, pretending to be something they're not, or dazzling their enemies with displays of light and color. In this world of shadows and illusions, survival belongs to the greatest tricksters of the deep. Beneath the endless blue, the ocean pulses, with a rhythm as old as time itself, a ceaseless, intricate dance of life and legacy. Here, the drive to reproduce is not just a biological imperative, but the very heartbeat of existence. In these shadowy depths, every creature is swept up in a story of survival, transformation, and hope for the generations yet to come. The ocean's inhabitants perform rituals that are both mesmerizing and mysterious, each movement a testament to the power and beauty of life's continuity. It is a season of fierce competition and breathtaking displays, elaborate courtship dances, vibrant colors, and ingenious strategies, all designed to ensure that the next generation will thrive. For many, this is a time of risk and reward, where only the most resilient and resourceful will succeed in passing on their legacy. Consider the enigmatic kobudai, or Asian sheepshead rasa, gliding through the kelp forests off Japan's coast. Their world is one of shifting power and astonishing transformation, where the cycle of life is written not just in birth and death, but in the very bodies of the fish themselves. At the heart of the reef, a single, dominant male, his head swollen and unmistakable, rules over a harem of females. His presence is both protector and gatekeeper, the sole bearer of the right to father the next generation. He patrols his territory with vigilance, displaying his strength and status, for only he may pass on his lineage. Yet, beneath this apparent certainty, change is always waiting. His reign is never absolute. The balance of power is delicate, and the future is always uncertain. The social tapestry of the kobudai is woven with a remarkable thread, a biological secret that ensures the dance of life never falters. When the dominant male is lost, or when a female grows strong enough, the group is poised for a transformation that is nothing short of miraculous. The largest female, sensing the shift, begins a journey of change. Her body responds to ancient signals, and over weeks and months she is remade. Isolated by her size and strength, she becomes the focus of the group's future. Subtle changes mark the beginning, her head and chin swelling, her colors deepening. Her body chemistry shifts, and in a breathtaking act of nature, she transforms completely, emerging as a new male, ready to claim his place in the cycle of life. This transformation is not just physical, but a profound renewal of purpose and possibility. The newly transformed male must now face the old ruler, challenging him for dominance, for the right to lead and to father the next generation. The outcome will shape the destiny of the group, ensuring that only the strongest and most adaptable will carry the legacy forward. This extraordinary ability to change sex is a masterstroke of evolution, guaranteeing that the most powerful individuals, regardless of their beginnings, will guide the future of their kind. Elsewhere, the dance of life takes the form of partnership and devotion. In the gentle sway of anemone tentacles, clownfish work together to nurture the next generation. For a pair of saddleback clownfish, the search for a safe nursery is a quest filled with urgency and care. The female's eggs are her legacy, and their survival depends on finding the perfect sanctuary. The chosen site must be spotless and secure, a foundation for new life. The male, driven by instinct and love, cleans and prepares, determined to give his offspring the best possible start. He searches tirelessly, testing shells and even discarded bottles, but nothing is quite right. The stakes are too high for compromise. Realizing the enormity of the task, he calls upon his family. Together, they embody the spirit of cooperation, each one playing a part in the survival of their shared legacy. United by purpose, the group labors to move a heavy coconut shell, inch by inch, across the sandy floor. Their determination is unwavering, their teamwork a living testament to the power of family. At last, they create a haven, a cradle for the next generation, safe within the embrace of the anemone. For some, safety is found not in the bonds of family, but in the strength of numbers. In the open ocean, countless lives are woven together in vast, shimmering schools. Along the Australian coast, a spectacle unfolds each year, a migration that transforms the seafloor into a living river of movement and anticipation. Hundreds of thousands of giant spider crabs surge from the deep, drawn together by the promise of renewal. Their march is relentless, their purpose singular. They gather in immense, shifting mounds, living fortresses built for a single vulnerable moment, the shedding of their old shells. In this moment, they are at their most fragile, their new bodies soft and exposed. Yet, together, they find strength in unity, each one protected by the sheer multitude of their kin. By molting as one, they overwhelm their predators, turning vulnerability into resilience. The ocean's dangers are many, but together they endure. Even as a mighty stingray glides among them, feasting on the weak, the vast majority survive. Each survivor a thread in the tapestry of life, each one carrying the promise of the future. And so the dance continues, generation after generation, life begetting life in an endless, wondrous cycle. In the ocean's embrace, every creature is both a legacy and a hope, a living testament to the power and beauty of the intricate dance of life. As we descend into the abyss, the last traces of sunlight fade, swallowed by the ever-thickening blue. The world above becomes a distant memory, replaced by a realm of perpetual twilight, a borderland between the known and the unknown, where shadows stretch endlessly and secrets are kept in silence. And then, darkness. Here, in the midnight zone, the ocean is a cathedral of blackness, its silence broken only by the distant echoes of unseen life. The pressure is crushing, the cold is absolute, and the vastness is unimaginable. This is the largest habitat on Earth, yet it remains the most mysterious, a world where life has been sculpted by extremes into forms both haunting and beautiful. In this eternal night, life has conjured its own light. Bioluminescence flickers and pulses in the gloom, a silent language of survival. Creatures here communicate in flashes and glows, weaving intricate patterns to attract mates, lure prey, or warn off would-be predators. Each spark is a message, a beacon in the void, a testament to the ingenuity of life in the deep. The inhabitants of this world are marvels of adaptation. Their bodies are shaped by darkness and scarcity, their senses honed to detect the faintest tremor or glimmer in the water. Some are armored against unseen threats, others are nearly transparent, vanishing into the black. Among these denizens is the fangtooth fish, a nightmare vision with teeth so long and jagged that its mouth cannot fully close. Its eyes, adapted to the faintest glimmer, peer through the gloom, ever watchful for the rare opportunity to feed. In a world where every meal is a matter of life and death, the fangtooth cannot afford to miss a single chance. Hunger is a constant companion, driving it to prowl the darkness with relentless patience. Along its flanks, rows of pressure sensors detect the faintest ripple, a silent footstep in the water. With a sudden burst, it ambushes its prey, a ghostly predator in a world without light. Drifting through the blackness are the siphonophores, phantom chains of life, each a colony of thousands of specialized clones. They move as one, a living tapestry, their delicate forms trailing through the water like spectral ribbons. Some siphonophores stretch longer than a blue whale, their luminous bodies undulating in the current, the longest animals on the planet, yet so fragile they dissolve at a touch. Far below, the abyssal plain sprawls in silence, a desert of silt and stone, where the pressure is immense and the cold is unyielding. Here, the environment is even more extreme, a place where only the most extraordinary creatures endure. The sea toad, a bizarre sentinel of the deep, shuffles across the seafloor on stubby, foot-like fins. Its movements are slow, deliberate, a patient hunter in a world where haste is wasted energy. Its fins have transformed into fleshy appendages, allowing it to walk rather than swim, lying in wait for the unwary to stray too close to its cavernous mouth. Nearby, the flapjack octopus hovers just above the mud, its body a soft, translucent disc. With gentle undulations, it sifts through the sediment, searching for worms and tiny invertebrates, a ghostly figure in a silent world. Life here depends on a gentle, unending rain, marine snow. Flakes of organic matter drift down from the world above, nourishing those who wait in the darkness. Each particle is a lifeline, a fragile connection to the sunlit seas far overhead. In some places, the seafloor itself is transformed by strange and deadly phenomena. Towers of mineral and salt rise from the mud, sculpted by forces unseen, creating landscapes as alien as any on another planet. In the Gulf of Mexico, rivers and lakes of brine flow across the ocean floor, their surfaces shimmering in the darkness. This super-salty water seeps from the seabed, forming pools that are denser than the sea itself. The brine does not mix with the surrounding water, creating sharp, ghostly shorelines, boundaries between life and death where the rules of the ocean are rewritten. These pools are toxic, their chemistry lethal to most who approach. They are oases of death, avoided by all but the most desperate or unwary. Any creature that strays into their embrace is overcome by toxic shock, their bodies preserved in the brine, a silent testament to the dangers lurking in the deep. Along the edges, cutthroat eels glide through the shadows, scavenging the remains of the fallen. They are the caretakers of this underwater graveyard, thriving where others cannot. The brine preserves the bodies, creating a haunting tableau, a graveyard untouched by time, where the silence is absolute and the mysteries of the deep remain undisturbed. Here, in the heart of darkness, life endures against all odds, shaped by forces as ancient and enigmatic as the ocean itself. Beneath the waves, life is often painted as a never-ending chase. Predators on the prowl, prey darting for cover, and the ocean echoing with the drama of survival. But if you look a little closer, you'll discover a world where cooperation and camaraderie flourish, even among the most unlikely of neighbors. These remarkable partnerships, known as symbiosis, are the secret glue holding the ocean's bustling communities together. Take, for example, the bustling cleaning stations on coral reefs, a sort of underwater spa where fish of all shapes and sizes line up for a little pampering. The star of this show is the blue streak cleaner wrasse, a tiny fish with a big reputation for hospitality. With the finesse of a master chef, the wrasse nibbles away parasites, dead skin and fungi from its much larger clients, offering a service that's both hygienic and delicious. The clientele is as diverse as any city crowd. Groupers, moray eels, and even the grandest of rays all wait their turn, sometimes queuing up with the patience of polite shoppers. Imagine a giant manta ray, spanning several meters, gliding in and hovering like a gentle giant at the spa, waiting for its tiny attendant. The manta unfurls its wings and holds perfectly still, allowing the wrasse to explore every nook and cranny, even inside its mouth and gills, picking away at any irritants with meticulous care. It's a win-win. The manta gets a thorough cleaning it could never manage alone, and the rasa enjoys a steady buffet of snacks. This partnership is built on trust, an unspoken agreement that the little rasa won't become lunch, and the big fish won't snap its jaws shut. It's a delicate dance where both partners must set aside their instincts for the greater good, and the result is a friendship as heartwarming as any on land. All across the reef, these bonds form a patchwork of cooperation, fish, shrimp, and even crabs working together in ways that would make any team proud. Some partnerships are so peculiar, they seem almost magical, mysteries that leave scientists scratching their heads and storytellers dreaming up legends. Picture the Portuguese man-of-war, drifting like a living balloon on the open sea, its tentacles trailing behind like ribbons at a parade. This isn't a single creature, but a floating colony with a gas-filled sail and tentacles that can stretch 30 meters, each one armed with a sting that spells doom for the unwary. Yet, weaving fearlessly among these deadly threads is the man-o'-war fish, a tiny daredevil with a taste for adventure. This little fish has developed a remarkable resistance to the venom, allowing it to call the man-o'-war's tentacles home. Here it finds shelter from hungry predators, and in a twist worthy of a fable, it may even help lure unsuspecting prey into the man-o'-war's grasp, an accomplice in exchange for protection. And then there are the dolphins, oceanic pranksters and puzzle solvers, always ready to surprise us with their antics. Young male bottlenose dolphins have been spotted gently nudging and mouthing pufferfish, as if playing a very careful game of pass the parcel. The pufferfish, famous for its ability to puff up and its potent neurotoxin, is treated with surprising delicacy. The dolphins don't eat the pufferfish. Instead, they seem to be after something else entirely. By carefully mouthing the fish, they appear to dose themselves with just enough toxin to experience a mild narcotic effect, an underwater joyride courtesy of their spiky friend. Scientists believe these dolphins are, quite literally, getting high, floating in a blissful state, all thanks to their unusual partnership with the pufferfish. These stories of strange bedfellows and unlikely friendships remind us that the ocean is not just a place of competition, but also of connection, curiosity, and sometimes a little bit of fun. In the deep blue, even the oddest of neighbors can become the best of friends. Beneath the ever-shifting surface, the ocean is a world of ceaseless movement and profound connection. Here, every creature's life is shaped by the tides, the currents, and the rhythms of the deep. The ocean is a stage for extraordinary journeys. From the smallest plankton drifting on invisible currents to the largest whales traversing entire oceans, migration is a way of life. Each year, billions of animals embark on epic migrations. Sea turtles, guided by the pull of the moon and the scent of distant shores, return to the very beaches where they were born. Salmon surge upstream, leaping against the current to reach their ancestral spawning grounds. In the open ocean, vast shoals of sardines and herring move as one. Their synchronized movements a dazzling defense against predators. These swirling masses attract dolphins, sharks, and seabirds, all converging in a spectacular feeding frenzy. In hidden corners, unique gatherings unfold. Venomous sea snakes slip into coastal caves under the cover of night, drawn together by ancient instincts to mate, their bodies weaving through the darkness in a silent ballet. The coral reefs, vibrant and teeming, are bustling cities of the sea. Here, cleaner fish set up stations, offering their services to passing giants, removing parasites from the scales and gills of groupers, rays, and even sharks. These delicate interactions are vital, forging bonds that keep the ecosystem in balance. In the twilight zone, where sunlight fades, lanternfish rise in the world's largest daily migration, ascending from the depths each night to feed near the surface, then retreating at dawn. This vertical movement nourishes countless predators and recycles nutrients throughout the ocean. The interconnectedness of marine life is everywhere. Jellyfish blooms pulse with the seasons, providing food for leatherback turtles. Schools of anchovies feed not only dolphins and whales, but also seabirds that nest on distant cliffs, their lives tied to the abundance below the waves. The whale shark, the ocean's gentle giant, glides through tropical waters, following the invisible trails of plankton blooms. Their migrations span thousands of miles, linking distant reefs and islands in a living chain. Yet, even the mightiest are vulnerable. When the balance is disturbed, populations dwindle and the intricate web begins to unravel. But resilience is woven into the fabric of the sea. When conditions improve, life surges back. Whale sharks gather once more and coral reefs burst with color after storms. Across the world, unlikely alliances form. Remoras hitch rides on the backs of rays and sharks, cleaning their hosts and gaining safe passage through predator-filled waters. In the calm shallows, seagrass beds shelter young fish, seahorses, and grazing turtles. These nurseries are the cradle of future generations, their health vital to the ocean's future. The ocean's intelligence is revealed in unexpected ways. Octopuses solve puzzles and use tools, dolphins coordinate hunts with precision, and whales communicate across vast distances with haunting songs. These connections between predator and prey, cleaner and client, traveler and home, form a tapestry of life that stretches from the sunlit shallows to the deepest abyss. Technology now allows us to witness these wonders as never before. Cameras and drones reveal the secret lives of creatures once hidden from view, deepening our understanding of the ocean's complexity. In the cold waters off Ireland, fin whales glide just beneath the surface, their immense forms barely breaking the waves. These giants travel thousands of miles, following the shifting abundance of tiny fish and krill. Elusive and majestic, fin whales are masters of the open sea, their migrations connecting distant corners of the Atlantic. When the time is right, they gather to feed, engulfing entire schools of sprat in a single, breathtaking gulp, a reminder of the ocean's abundance and the delicate balance that sustains it. Among them, a humpback known as boomerang returns year after year, a living thread in the tapestry of migration. Each visit is a testament to memory, instinct, and the enduring pull of the sea. Boomerang's unique hunting technique, blowing a single line of bubbles to corral fish, demonstrates the ingenuity and adaptability of ocean life, a behavior shaped by the challenges and opportunities of the deep. Yet, the ocean's harmony is fragile. When disruptions occur, the ripple effects are felt far and wide. The loss of key species can unravel entire ecosystems, leaving once thriving reefs and open waters eerily silent. The blue shark, once a common sight in the Atlantic, now glides through emptier seas, a solitary figure in a changing world. Their decline is a stark reminder of the ocean's vulnerability and the intricate ties that bind all life beneath the waves. Herring shoals, once so vast they turned the sea silver, are now rare, their absence felt by every creature that once depended on their abundance. The ocean story is one of connection, of migrations that span continents, of alliances that cross species, and of a living web where every strand matters. In this vast blue world, the fate of one is the fate of all. The ocean is the blue heart of our planet, a vast, life-giving system that breathes, pulses, and endures through the ages. It regulates the climate, produces the oxygen that sustains life, and harbours an astonishing diversity of beings, each woven into the grand tapestry of the sea. The stories we have witnessed of ingenious hunters, devoted parents, and mysterious deep-sea dwellers are more than captivating tales. They are living chapters in the ongoing saga of survival and adaptation beneath the waves. Each creature, from the vulnerable sea turtle to the delicate coral, is a guardian in its own right, playing a vital role in the cycles that sustain the ocean's balance. The intricate web of life, woven over millions of years, is both resilient and fragile. Every interaction, every cleaning, every hunt, every migration echoes the ancient rhythms of the sea, Dolphins and sharks, once rivals, now join forces in cooperative hunts, demonstrating the power of unity and the wisdom of shared guardianship. At the reef's cleaning stations, tiny fish tend to their larger neighbors, maintaining health and harmony in a delicate dance of mutual care. The epic migrations of whales, spanning vast distances, are guided by ancient knowledge passed down through generations, ensuring the continuity of life's great cycles. When one thread is pulled, the entire tapestry can begin to unravel. Yet, the ocean's inhabitants persist, adapting and enduring through change and challenge. The challenges are immense: storms that churn the waters, disruptions that test the resilience of every creature. Warming waters and shifting currents threaten the vibrant cities of the reef, yet even in the face of adversity, life seeks a way to endure. Coral colonies, battered and broken, strive to rebuild, sending out new polyps in hope of renewal. Sea turtles, ancient mariners of the deep, navigate obstacles with determination, embodying the spirit of resilience that defines the ocean's guardians. From the smallest plankton drifting on the currents to the largest whales gliding through the blue, each life form is a steward of its realm, adapting to the ever-changing sea. Populations rise and fall, cycles of abundance and scarcity shaping the destinies of countless species. Yet despair is not the ocean's way. With each sunrise, new hope is born, and the cycles of life begin anew. The remarkable adaptability of ocean creatures is a testament to the enduring power of nature. Octopuses change color to blend with their surroundings, while clever fish use shells for shelter, each innovation a story of survival. Eden's whales, learning new ways to feed, show that wisdom and ingenuity are not the sole domain of any one species. Clownfish, ever resourceful, transform a simple coconut shell into a fortress, proving that guardianship is found in the smallest acts of adaptation. Life's resilience is boundless. Coral regrows where once it was lost, and baby turtles embark on their perilous journey to the open sea, guided by instincts as old as the tides. Every hatchling, every hidden fish, is a promise that the cycles of life will continue, if given the chance. In the ocean, innovation and cooperation are the keys to survival. Species form alliances, share resources, and adapt together, ensuring the health of their world. Conservation is a natural law beneath the waves. It is not just about saving individuals, but about protecting entire habitats and restoring the balance that sustains all. Seagrass meadows and coral reefs, when allowed to flourish, become sanctuaries for countless lives, each one a guardian of the next. Natural boundaries, like deep trenches and shifting currents, create safe havens where life can recover and thrive, free from relentless pressure. In these sanctuaries, fish populations rebound, coral gardens bloom, and the cycles of life are renewed. The great migrations of fin whales and basking sharks trace ancient roots, connecting distant realms and ensuring the continuity of life's great journey. Key feeding and breeding grounds, shaped by tides and seasons, are the heartbeats of the ocean, safeguarded by the creatures who depend on them. By following the rhythms of the sea, by adapting and cooperating, ocean dwellers ease the pressures of scarcity and change, ensuring the survival of their world. Every act of resilience, every adaptation is a step toward preserving the health of the ocean for generations yet to come. Each new life, each seed of seagrass, is a testament to the enduring cycles that bind all ocean creatures together. The ocean's inhabitants are the first to sense the shifting tides, the first to respond to the fragility and complexity of life beneath the waves. They are the guardians of their world, entrusted with the legacy of the deep and the keepers of its mysteries. The ocean is not a world apart. It is the pulse of the planet, its cycles echoing through every living thing. Its well-being is inseparable from the fate of all who dwell within it, each life a thread in the vast living tapestry. The ocean is a source of wonder, a realm of endless mystery, and a testament to the enduring power of life's cycles. In swirling schools of fish and the graceful passage of ancient turtles, the story of resilience is written anew each day. The guardianship of the ocean is a shared responsibility among all its creatures, each one playing a part in the grand theatre of life. As whales breach at sunset and dolphins leap above the waves, the extraordinary drama of the ocean continues, a celebration of resilience and unity. The future of the blue planet rests in the cycles of nature, in the guardianship of its wild inhabitants, and in the enduring strength of life beneath the waves. The ocean's story is far from over. Its guardians remain ever watchful, ensuring that the wonders of the deep will endure for all time. Gap 2s. In the eternal midnight of the deep ocean, where sunlight cannot reach, a different kind of magic reigns. Here, in the ink-black waters miles below the surface, light is not a gift from above, but a creation from within. This is the domain of bioluminescent creatures, nature's living lanterns, whose bodies pulse with otherworldly glow, painting the darkness with fleeting patterns of blue, green, and even red. Gap 2es. The spectacle begins with a delicate comb jelly, drifting like a living jewel. Tiny cilia along its body scatter light into shimmering rainbows, while bursts of blue-green bioluminescence ripple with each gentle pulse. Nearby, the anglerfish lurks in the shadows, its eerie lure glowing with a ghostly light. This living fishing rod is bait, drawing prey close before jaws snap shut with lightning speed. In these depths, light is currency, used to hunt, to hide, and to communicate. Gap 2s. Some creatures, like the vampire squid, cloak themselves in a veil of blue light, confusing predators with sudden flashes or clouds of luminous mucus. Others, such as the lanternfish, wear rows of glowing organs like a constellation, helping them blend into faint light above and vanish from predators below. This counter-illumination is an ingenious defense, a moving camouflage that matches the faint shimmer of distant starlight. Gap 2s. For the cookie-cutter shark, bioluminescence is a lure and a trap. Its glowing belly attracts curious fish, only for the shark to dart upward and take a perfect circular bite. Even the tiniest plankton join the dance, creating twinkling trails that mark the passage of predators or signal danger to their kin. Gap 2s. Every pulse of light in the abyss serves a purpose. Some species use intricate flashes to find mates in the darkness, while others send coded warnings to rivals or threats. The deep-sea dragonfish wields a barbell tipped with red light, almost invisible to most ocean dwellers, granting it the power of stealth and surprise. Gap 2s. These adaptations are the result of millions of years of evolution in a world without sunlight. Specialized cells known as photophores produce the glow, powered by chemicals or, in some cases, by symbiotic bacteria living inside the creatures themselves. Bioluminescence is energy made visible, a language written in flashes and glows, shaping the rhythm of life in the abyss. Gap 2s. In this realm, the darkness is never absolute. The living lights of the deep transform the ocean's depths into a silent symphony of color and motion. Every flicker is a signal, every glow a story of survival. Here, in the blackest corners of the sea, life finds a way not only to endure, but to shine. Gap 2s. The bioluminescent wonders of the abyss remind us that even in the deepest shadows, beauty and ingenuity thrive. Their luminous displays are a testament to the ocean's boundless creativity, a silent celebration of adaptation, resilience, and the enduring mystery of life beneath the waves. Beneath the sunlit shallows, where turquoise waters embrace the land, lies one of the ocean's greatest marvels, the coral reef. From above, these vibrant structures appear as mere patches of color, but beneath the surface they reveal themselves as bustling underwater cities, teeming with life, energy, and endless interaction. Every inch of a coral reef is alive. The architects are tiny coral polyps, each no bigger than a grain of rice, working together over centuries to build sprawling limestone fortresses. Their delicate bodies form the towers, tunnels, and arches that shelter a stunning array of residents. These living structures pulse with color, thanks to the algae zooxanthellae nestled within the coral's tissues. In a perfect partnership, the algae feed the coral through photosynthesis, while the coral offers protection and nutrients in return. This symbiotic dance fuels the reef's growth, allowing it to flourish in waters where nutrients are scarce. Within this intricate metropolis, diversity reigns supreme. Parrotfish glide through coral corridors, their beaks scraping algae from the stone, reshaping the reef and creating fine, white sand. Schools of damselfish dart between branching corals, defending their tiny territories with fierce determination. Butterflyfish, with their bold patterns and fluttering fins, weave through the maze in search of hidden morsels. Above, sleek barracuda patrol the open water, while octopuses slip silently into crevices, masters of disguise and strategy. The reef is a tapestry of relationships. Cleaner shrimp set up shop on coral outcrops, waving their long antennae to attract clients, fish seeking relief from parasites. In a silent ritual, the shrimp pluck away irritants, and the fish offer protection in return. Even the reef's builders, the corals themselves, depend on their algal partners for survival. Every creature, from the smallest nudibranch to the majestic sea turtle, plays a part in the delicate balance. Yet, the importance of coral reefs extends far beyond their dazzling beauty. Though they cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, reefs shelter more than a quarter of all marine species. They are nurseries for countless fish, strongholds for biodiversity, and sanctuaries where life can thrive amid the currents. Their labyrinthine structures soften the force of waves, protecting coastlines from storms and erosion. As day gives way to night, the city transforms. Nocturnal hunters emerge, and the coral polyps themselves unfurl, catching drifting plankton in the gentle current. The reef never sleeps. It pulses with life around the clock, a living monument to cooperation, adaptation, and the enduring power of nature. Coral reefs are the ocean's living cities, a testament to the wonders that emerge when countless lives intertwine. In their vibrant embrace, the story of the sea unfolds in every color, every shape, and every movement, a symphony of survival, connection, and beauty hidden just beneath the waves. Vast and boundless, the open ocean is home to the largest creatures ever to have lived on Earth, the giants of the blue. Here, away from the coral cities and bustling coastlines, the true scale of the ocean's inhabitants is revealed. Blue whales, stretching over 90 feet long and weighing as much as 200 tons, glide through the deep in slow, powerful movements. Their haunting songs echo for hundreds of miles, a mysterious language still not fully understood by science. These behemoths travel thousands of miles each year, migrating from polar feeding grounds to warm equatorial waters to breed and give birth. Their journeys are epic, spanning entire ocean basins, and their presence shapes the ecosystem in profound ways. Not far behind, the mighty sperm whale dives to crushing depths in search of giant squid, holding its breath for up to 90 minutes. Its massive head, filled with oil-rich spermaceti, helps it withstand the pressure of the abyss. These deep-sea hunters are social, gathering in pods and communicating with clicks and coders, a complex vocabulary passed down through generations. In the cold, nutrient-rich waters of the Antarctic, humpback whales perform their acrobatic breaches and haunting songs. Their migrations are among the longest of any animal, and their feeding strategies are ingenious. Using bubbles to corral schools of krill, they lunge upward, mouths agape, engulfing tons of prey in a single motion. Each leap, each song, is a vital thread in the tapestry of ocean life. Yet it's not just whales that claim the title of giants. The gentle whale shark, the world's largest fish, filters plankton and tiny fish through its wide mouth as it cruises tropical waters. Basking sharks and manta rays with wingspans as wide as a small plane glide effortlessly through the blue, their movements both graceful and grand. These colossal beings are more than just wonders to behold. They are architects of the ocean's health. When whales feed in the deep and return to the surface to breathe, they bring nutrients up from the dark, fertilizing the sunlit waters and fueling the growth of plankton. This whale pump sustains entire food webs, supporting life from the smallest shrimp to the largest predator. Their migrations connect distant realms, linking polar seas with equatorial currents, and their sheer size shapes the very rhythm of the ocean. In their wake, schools of fish gather, seabirds dive, and the ocean breathes. In this world without human presence, the giants roam free, ancient, enduring, and essential. Their lives are a testament to the power and majesty of nature, and their stories are woven into the very fabric of the sea. As they travel the blue highways of the deep, they remind us of the awe-inspiring scale and interconnectedness of life beneath the waves. Beneath the rolling waves and far from the spotlight, countless tiny beings drift on the ocean currents. Plankton, the invisible architects of the sea. Though minuscule, their diversity is astonishing. Phytoplankton, the plant-like drifters, form vast, swirling blooms that paint the ocean green and blue from space. These microscopic marvels harness the sun's energy through photosynthesis, producing over half the world's oxygen and forming the base of the marine food web. Alongside them, zooplankton, minute animals like copepods, krill, and the larvae of countless species, float in a silent perpetual ballet. They graze on phytoplankton, their numbers rising and falling with the rhythms of the sun and moon. Each night, billions of zooplankton embark on the planet's largest migration, ascending from the twilight depths to feed at the surface under the cover of darkness, then descending with the dawn. Together, these tiny drifters are the ocean's pulse. They feed everything from juvenile fish to the planet's largest whales. Without plankton, the food web would unravel. Their presence fuels the ocean's abundance, supporting creatures both great and small. But plankton's influence stretches beyond nourishment. As phytoplankton grow, they absorb carbon dioxide, locking it away when they die and sink to the depths, a process that helps regulate our planet's climate. Their blooms create underwater forests that feed, shelter, and nurture life, while their demise triggers cascades of energy through the web of oceanic life. Invisible to the naked eye, yet essential to all, plankton are the unsung heroes of the sea. Their silent work sustains the giants above and the mysteries below, weaving together every thread in the tapestry of ocean existence. In their unseen dance, the ocean finds its breath, its color, and its enduring life force. The vast blue expanse of the ocean is not a silent void. It is a vibrant, bustling world filled with the whispers, songs, and signals of its inhabitants. In the watery depths, communication is key to survival, navigation, mating, and maintaining the intricate social structures that define marine life. Dolphins, the charismatic acrobats of the sea, are renowned for their complex vocalizations, using a sophisticated array of clicks, whistles, and burst pulses. They create a rich tapestry of sound that can convey everything from an individual's identity to detailed information about their surroundings. These sounds can travel vast distances underwater, forming an intricate network of communication that binds pods together. Whales, the ocean's gentle giants, sing haunting melodies that can be heard for miles. Humpback whales, in particular, are famous for their long, complex songs that can last for hours. Each population of humpbacks has its own unique song, which evolves over time, potentially serving both as a mating call and a means of navigation. But it's not just the cetaceans that converse in the deep. Fish, too, have developed their own methods of communication. The croaking of the Atlantic croaker, the grunts of groupers, and the drumming of red drumfish are all part of an underwater symphony that helps these creatures find mates, defend territories, and coordinate group activities. Crustaceans like lobsters and crabs use a different approach. By tapping their claws or rubbing body parts together, they produce sounds that can deter predators or attract partners. Meanwhile, the mantis shrimp, with its stunningly powerful strike, communicates with a mix of visual signals and rapid, high-frequency clicks. Visual communication is equally vital. The vibrant colors and patterns of reef fish serve as signals in the bustling coral cities. The brilliant hues of clownfish, the striking stripes of angelfish, and the flashing lights of bioluminescent creatures all convey messages about mating, territory, and even warnings of danger. Cuttlefish and octopuses, the chameleons of the sea, use their remarkable ability to change color and texture to communicate. Through rapid shifts in skin patterns, they can blend into their surroundings, signal aggression, or perform elaborate courtship displays. In the deep, dark ocean, bioluminescence becomes a crucial form of communication. The anglerfish's glowing lure attracts prey, while the flashing light patterns of certain jellyfish and squid can startle predators or signal distress. These diverse methods of communication create a rich, interconnected web of life beneath the waves. Each sound, signal, and behavior adds to the ocean's complex narrative, allowing marine creatures to navigate their world, form bonds, and ensure the survival of their species. In the language of the ocean, every creature has a voice, contributing to the grand, harmonious symphony of life beneath the sea. Beneath the surface of the world's oceans, unseen forces are at work, sculpting the very fabric of marine existence. Ocean currents, vast rivers of moving water, weave through the seas like lifelines, connecting distant realms and driving the rhythms of life beneath the waves. These currents, both warm and cold, act as the silent architects of the ocean. They transport life-sustaining nutrients from the deep to sunlit shallows, fueling the growth of plankton, the tiny organisms at the base of the food chain. Where currents converge and upwell, they create oases of abundance, drawing schools of fish, flocks of seabirds, and great marine predators to feast on the bounty. For countless species, these liquid highways guide epic migrations. Leatherback turtles ride the Gulf Stream from tropical nesting grounds to colder, jellyfish-rich waters. Humpback whales journey thousands of miles, following ancient routes shaped by the flow of currents, from warm breeding grounds to polar feeding areas. Even the smallest plankton drift with the tides and currents, their movements dictating the fates of entire ecosystems. Currents also sculpt the physical landscape of the ocean floor. They carve canyons, build sandbanks, and distribute sediments that create habitats for corals, sponges, and countless other creatures. In the open ocean, swirling eddies and gyres create unique environments where rare and specialized life can thrive. But the influence of currents goes deeper still. By redistributing heat around the globe, they regulate the climate, ensuring that the ocean remains a dynamic, ever-changing world. The interplay of water, temperature, and movement creates a patchwork of habitats, each with its own cast of characters, adapted to the ceaseless dance of the currents. In every corner of the ocean, from sunlit shallows to the shadowy depths, these invisible forces shape the destinies of marine life. Currents are the silent choreographers of migration, the unseen gardeners of abundance, and the timeless sculptors of the ocean's living tapestry. Without them, the grand spectacle of life beneath the waves would lose its rhythm, its abundance, and its breathtaking diversity. At the very edges of our planet, where ice reigns supreme and the sun vanishes for months on end, the Arctic and Antarctic oceans cradle some of the most extraordinary stories of survival in the natural world. Here, life persists against a backdrop of relentless cold, shifting ice, and unyielding darkness, a realm where only the most remarkable can endure. Beneath the frozen surface, the water temperature hovers at the brink of freezing, yet these icy depths pulse with hidden life. In the Antarctic, vast blooms of phytoplankton ignite the food web each summer, painting the icy seas with bursts of green and blue. These microscopic plants, thriving in the brief sunlight, become the foundation for an entire ecosystem. Gliding through these frigid waters, the Weddell seal displays a mastery of adaptation. Its thick layer of blubber insulates against the chill, while its blood is rich in oxygen-storing molecules, allowing for dives that last over an hour beneath the ice. Similarly, the narwhal, the unicorn of the sea, navigates the Arctic's labyrinth of shifting ice flows, using its sensitive tusk to sense subtle changes in temperature and pressure. But the true marvels of polar life are often the smallest. Antarctic icefish possess a natural antifreeze in their blood, preventing deadly ice crystals from forming. Tiny amphipods and krill swarm in the icy waters, their bodies adapted to thrive at temperatures that would freeze most life solid. These creatures, in turn, feed the mighty baleen whales, like the majestic blue whale and the acrobatic humpback, who journey to the poles for a seasonal feast. Above the surface, emperor penguins huddle together in vast colonies, sharing warmth against the howling Antarctic winds. In the Arctic, the polar bear, though not a true marine animal, depends entirely on the sea ice to hunt for seals, a precarious existence intricately linked to the ocean's frozen heartbeat. Here, survival is a delicate balance. Each species is finely tuned to the rhythms of freeze and thaw, light and darkness, abundance and scarcity. The polar oceans are not barren wastelands, but vibrant theatres of life, where every adaptation is a triumph over the cold. In these remote icebound worlds, life is defined by endurance, ingenuity, and the unbreakable will to survive. The Arctic and Antarctic oceans remind us that even in the harshest places on Earth, nature finds a way, not just to endure, but to flourish in the cold embrace of the polar seas.